why Facebook changed itself into Meta, and why there's so much hype around Metaverse. I'll be explaining you that in this video. Hey, hi guys. Yash Dahankar here, co-founder and CEO of Acknowledger. I'm also known as YD. So, and this is my YouTube channel, YDCurious. And today I'll be talking about the metaverse, and I'll be explaining the metaverse in detail. What is a metaverse, and what is the opportunity? Why there's so much hype about metaverse, and why people are going crazy about the metaverse. I'll be talking about everything in detail today. So, what is a metaverse? So, before understanding that, let's try to understand where this term metaverse came from. So, this term it came from the science fiction novel called Snow Crash in 1992, and this novel is kind of is was not a big hit that time, but eventually it became a really big hit these days because due to the word and the kind of story it is. And second is the guy who has written this novel. He's very famous, kind of Neil Stephenson, and I think he was also in the advisory board of Amazon. And he's kind of a big shot, so he coined this term metaverse, and he has also kind of introduced a lot of interesting things in the tech world. And people look forward to his understanding and his knowledge and what he thinks about the future. So check out this Snow Crash if you have some time. And now this he is kind of a really famous guy. And but there was no hype about metaverse for a very long time. And people were trying to kind of uh, understand what this guy was trying to explain everyone. But in like 2000, I think 2020, 2017 16 onwards, people have started like thinking about metaverse, what it is and what is the potential. So metaverse is nothing but internet on steroids. Okay, it's like whatever or what anything and everything that you can do on internet 10x better. So that is what is the metaverse. In simple language, if anyone asks you what is a metaverse, it's nothing but internet on steroids. Okay, and it might kind of sounds like tricky thing, but even Mark, it took a long time for him to realize that this is the next big thing. And Facebook, which is already a $1 billion company, it changed itself. Like it's not billion, like it's $1 trillion company. It changed its name to Meta. So I think there's at least a 10x potential. So the Facebook valuation can at least go $10 trillion. So that's why it blows mind. It's my mind as well as Mark's mind. Okay, so. Uh, you can do and why people are going so crazy about metaverse, because imagine everything and anything that you can do on internet today, you can do it 10x better. Okay, whether you are shopping on Amazon, or you are meeting your friends, or you're buying any product, or you're buying furniture for your home, everything, whatever you are doing today, it can be done 10x better. Okay, and that's like today when you buy on Amazon, you buy it on like 2D images. There's nothing special about it. But in this metaverse, you'll be able to see, look, and feel how that product looks in your home. And also you'll be able to feel its texture in, I think, coming few years. And it blows my mind. And why, like it for me personally, it's kind of will be a paradigm shift towards the human history. And imagine like your mind or your conscious is living inside the metaverse even when you die. Okay, there's a good possibility of happening that. And you become an like a cyborg. Okay, your mind or your brain is living in a robotic body, and you're still alive. So there's a good possibility of that happening in 30 to 40 years, and I'm really excited about it. Okay, and there are three pillars to the metaverse. The first, the gaming layer, like the experience, like it's a gameplay, how well it is designed. And the best example is like Roblox and Fortnite. So these two games are kind of like they are the hit, and people spend like crazy amount of time in this games. And this gaming kind of the metaverse will be built on the foundation of this gaming industry. And along with that, there'll be that AR VR graphics, basically that augmented reality. It will be kind of a mixture of both, like reality as well as the virtual reality. And it will play a it will play a significant role in this. And the third part is the blockchain and the crypto part, okay, where you will incentivize people to buy digital assets, trade it, do everything like through NFTs, through this crypto tokens and coins, and so many things. And that's what is exciting. Like X Infinity, people have played X Infinity, and they have made $2 to $5,000 in just like in a month by playing X Infinity. So that was a kind of a first of its kind play to earn game, and now people are building a lot of interesting things around the metaverse space through the gaming play to earn platforms, where blockchain plays a really really important role. And what is driving the growth of the metaverse? So the simple reason is, imagine like the closest analogy is social media. Okay, the because imagine you end up spending so much time on different social media, whether it's a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever is, based on uh, your perception or what you like to do in your life. Based on that, you spend your time in this social media. And if you go back 15 years, like in the past, there was not much hype about this social media networks. And now they have just like kind of crazy, like there are billions of users who are walking and using this social media, and their life revolves around the social media. So that is crazy. Okay, so similarly, you will be spending majority of your time in this social media, not social media, in the metaverses. Okay, so you'll be spending majority of your time in this metaverses. Okay, and that's what is kind of intriguing, and that's why so much of investment, so many big corporations are behind this space. And we'll see some really interesting things that are happening in next few years. So and even the brands, like the attention, companies, they advertise where there's a lot of attention. So this as we will be spending a lot of our time in the metaverses, so the ads, the agencies, the media companies, they'll be behind it, they'll try to put their ads, and there's a huge potential. You will see metaverse ad optimization, like the way we have this search optimization on Google. So we'll see all of that. Okay, and but what are the challenges of the metaverse? So today, you might need the AR VR headset, or there are so many things that you need. Like you need a hardware, and even the metaverse experience is not that easy today. So I think in coming few years, first is the accessibility. Like whether you're using on phone, tablet, desktop, it should be very easy to use, and the graphics should be really good. I think that we are already working on improving it. And third is the mass adoption. Until unless it's sticky and people are really comfortable to use it, then only we'll see the hype or rise of the metaverse. Otherwise, and you must have seen the movie Real Player One. If you have not seen it, just check it out. It's a really nice movie. And these are the certain challenges. I think the money is already flowing. A lot of companies and startup are working in the space on a crazy and doing crazy interesting things. And even I'm one of them. Like I worked on at Acknowledger, where we are trying to build the foundation and the infrastructure for the metaverses and the Web3. Do check out Acknowledger, by the way. So that's about it. And but it's nothing but this. If you see this metaverse space, it's nothing but like metaverse will be kind of a combination of crypto, NFTs, and a lot of interesting things. And but what is the correlation between them? Okay, so metaverse is kind of a really new thing, which I've already told you. It works on a three pillars. Crypto is something different. It's basically nothing but digitization of asset, where we are kind of using this assets like fungible token like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then there's a non-fungible token, NFTs. Okay, so NFT comes as a part of crypto only. Okay, but there are different types of NFTs as well. So all of these things are correlated to each other, and we'll leverage them to kind of build the future. Okay, and the games and the metaverse correlation, they both of them, they go hand in hand. Because you need, in order to experience the metaverse, you need that gaming gaming foundation. Okay, and that's why the games are so related, and I think that is the first industry that is getting disrupted uh, in the metaverse space, the games, basically, because people are already used to playing games, like whether it's Roblox, Fortnite, PUBG, and there are so many games across the world, and people are already spending time, so it's easy to modify it and convert it into a metaverse where people are actually doing transaction, building small economic economies, and making money. So that's what is going to happen. And the future of the metaverse, it looks really really bright, and it's glowing, okay, like a sun. And we will see a lot of interesting things happening. And but if you ask me, in terms of the the opportunity wise, I suggest you, if you are a 20, if you are in 20s, or you're just getting started, you are a teenager, and you're yet to decide your career. So I think the space where you should spend your time is, just go and work for any metaverse company, and try to understand what they are building. Do any role, and you'll learn so much, and you'll make money eventually, because people who started early in social media, or any, like, they have, even in crypto, like, they made crazy amount of money. So same way, and you will be able to generate the value, and instead of predicting the future, you will be building the future. And how cool is that? So the future looks, and there are so many job opportunities, like, there are gaming opportunities, there are designers, and so many people who are working around it. And I think you should just check. And even Facebook, like the big organizations, they are also hiring, Facebook, Microsoft, and a lot of interesting things. And even industrial metaverses are getting created. So there are a lot of interesting opportunities. I You should check it out on LinkedIn and all the other job platforms, and try to get like intern at some metaverse company, and try to get those op- uh, offers. Okay. And in terms of investments, it has so much of potential. Like, there are companies like Sandbox, Decentraland, then even the Bored Ape coin, and there are so many like different metaverses that are coming. Like, and it's like, investing in the Google and during the early days. So if you get opportunity, try to become part of such that. And there's a huge potential. And especially when you are thinking about investing in metaverse, take note of the metaverse lands. Okay, so they will be they are like real estate, and they'll have so much of value in the future. Okay, so think seriously about getting yourself some land in the metaverse. And be careful. We don't know which metaverse is going to be there in next 5 years. Okay, you need to invest in the outlier, and that's how you will make money. And the three metaverses that I recommend to explore you is like Decentraland, which is already live, Sandbox, and other side is yet to go live, but you can check it out. I think by the time you will see this video in future, I think those games will be out, and you can try it out. So I highly recommend this too. Decentralized land is already live. You can make your avatar, and you can play the game. So I recommend doing that. And that's it, guys. And I think also, I'll be answering few more questions, that I feel people have a lot of queries about the metaverse. So please continue the video. The first question is, how do you make money in the metaverse, which is a really really common question. So let me answer that question. So, you can make money in metaverse by doing a lot of interesting things. The easiest way is to just buy the land, and let the price of the land appreciate over the time. Second is, you can also rent the land. I think there are a lot of these platforms that are coming up where you can lend the land, and also you can buy assets in the metaverse, which you can sell at a later stage. You can just hold it, and then once the price appreciates, you can sell it. And you can also kind of participate, become part of the gaming guilds, where you can lend your asset to the gamers who play you, and you can make money as a passive income. So these are the few ways. And you can also conduct events in the metaverses. You can sell products in the metaverses, and you can also participate in a lot of competitions. And that's how you can make money in the metaverses. It's really really interesting way to make money, and initially there'll be no competition, so you get that early movers advantage. Okay, so there's a huge potential here. How much does the land cost in the metaverse, which is a really really common question. The land cost in metaverse is kind of a variable based on which metaverse you are in. But there are this I'll talk about this three big metaverses, which is Decentraland, uh, then Sandbox, and then the other side. Okay, so all of this basically, this metaverse is right now at the current stage, like today's, in considering the today's value. So it will cost you around $2,000 to $3,000 in this metaverses, and the land is limited. Okay, so in this metaverse, so there's a huge potential. So in Decentraland, the cost of the land is around 1.6 Ethereum, and in Sandbox it is 1.3 Ethereum. Other side it's around 1.5 Ether, and this price kind of keeps fluctuating. But right now, in I think in this time, it's around like $2,000 to $3,000, and it can go down maybe, and then also go up. But over the period of time, I personally think it will appreciate. Okay, then how to access metaverse, which is a really uh, like a like a layman question, but a lot of people they ask this. So accessing metaverse is really easy. You don't need the AR/VR headset. You just need a desktop, or there are a lot of metaverses which you can also use it on phone, like spatial. So you can just use it, and I think in future you will see that a lot of these metaverses, they are compatible on all the devices, just like your social media. Initially, a lot of people used to use it on only desktop. Okay, and then now, like when the after the inception, or the launch of mobile phones, which you can use the internet on your phone, people started using it on their phones as well. So mobile phones, so that's why there's a huge opportunity. We might use it in a AR/VR headset later, but you can access it on your PC, and some metaverses on your phone also. And is metaverse the future? That is a really kind of a common question. So metaverse is kind of a paradigm shift in the human civilization. And just like our social media, we'll be spending a lot of our time in this metaverses. But the most important part is why it excites me personally. Imagine even after your death, your conscious is still living in the metaverse virtually. Okay, and there's a good possibility, and if you need a body, you can just build a cyborg out of yourself, and you can just roam around the world. So it's crazy. I think it's still really futuristic, but I think there's a good possibility that we will go to that future. So that's why, and in terms of this is a long term future, but even in terms of short term, there's a huge potential. And what is a metaverse wedding? Okay, so there are this. There's one couple who got married in the metaverse, and they signed an NFT contract. They shared those NFTs as a ring, and that was a crazy experience. And but when there are two people, you can just get married in the metaverse. I think, and there's a possibility that we'll see this happening in the future. A lot of people will get married in the metaverses, and yeah, so this is a new concept, but it's happening. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks a lot, guys, for staying here till the end. And this is Yash Dahankar, aka YD, and this is my YouTube channel, YDCurious. I'll be talking about Metaverse, NFT, Web3, and what's happening. I'll keep you updated uh, around the space. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that hodl button. Like hodl button is not there, so hit that like button and hodl it. Okay. So thanks a lot. On this note, I'll end this video, and we are all going to make it. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Take care.